I just saved my client 2.5 hours every week by fixing something that businesses don't even realize is costing them money. This color data mess was killing their customer conversion rates and eating their team's productivity. I've noticed a pattern with the companies I work with. When faced with data quality issues, many try to solve it with more staff or VAs. I take a different approach. I look for the systematic inefficiencies first. This color validation was actually the second automation I built for them. The first was checking product relationships for their automotive parts that unlocked 1,200 products that couldn't sell online because of broken data connections. And for another client, I automated their weekly sales reports that were taking their analyst 4 hours to compile every Monday morning. What I've learned is these aren't isolated problems. They are symptoms of businesses that haven't optimized their data workflows. In my experience, companies often have dozens of these opportunities and don't realize the cumulative impact. Here is what I did differently. Instead of just building a quick fix, I analyzed their entire product data lifecycle. The color checking wasn't the hard part. Any skilled analyst could build that workflow in KNIME. The strategic piece was identifying which inconsistencies actually mattered to their customers versus which ones were just cosmetic. You can see the automation running here, but the real value was in the discovery process. Understanding their customer search patterns, their team's workflow, and where the biggest impact would come from. Let's do a quick walkthrough of the workflow that cleans up the messy color data provided by vendors before this data shows up on the website, making it hard for customers to buy the products. This is our input data to the workflow. You see that we have SKU numbers, creation date, a short description, the product corporate status, the attribute ID, and the actual attribute values. You'll notice that some products have good quality data. For example, you have gold, green, navy, maroon, all formatted correctly, but you do have problematic data such as this pin/74, and you have repeating values like this, orange/orange, then you have colors with numbers, you have sky blue repeating twice. There are all kinds of problems with this data. There are misspelled words. Typically, for this client, the number of new products introduced per week were around 400 to 500 products. This meant that someone had to spend a few hours every week to clean up this data manually. Let's now look at the various steps that the workflow takes to clean up the data. In addition to the messy data coming from our PIM system, we also have a file here that we can use and keep on building on over time that helps create a mapping between problematic color data and their cleaned or sanitized versions. Going back to the workflow, we have our first step where we are filtering the data to only include the attribute ID color. Second, we are filtering only those products or including only those products for our analysis that were created after the previous run of this workflow. So in this case, any product that was created after August 10th will be included in this run. Next, we take care of a few issues using the expression node. We are cleaning up three things. One, we are removing any leading and trailing empty spaces. We are taking any colors that were entered in French and converting them to English. Now this is again one more list that could grow over time, and we could include more instances of colors entered by vendors in French and convert them to add more rows here so we can catch and convert more instances of French values to English. Finally, we are removing from the colors any character that is not an alphabet or a space. So any numbers, any special characters, we are removing all of those from the values using this expression node. Our next step in the cleaning process is done by this Python script. This Python script does a couple of things. One, it removes any repeating words in the colors. Second, using a predefined set of colors and their proper spellings, we are making sure that any values entered by vendors, if they have any spelling mistakes, this program compares that to a properly spelled color, and if we find instances of the right spelling for a given wrongly spelled color, we pick the correct spelling from this list of colors. So this Python script does these two key cleanups. Finally, we bring in our mapping that we have predefined, which has an alias and a equivalent color to capture any values that did not get addressed by the previous cleanup steps. Once we have that, we finally end up with a cleaned set of values in this new column called en value updated. So you'll see that we have this pin/74 correctly interpreted as pink, and charcoal 55 becomes charcoal, sky blue becomes blue, and you have this French creme becoming cream, this blue #1 becoming blue, this or becoming orange, and so on and so forth. A properly cleaned up set of color values that can then be used to publish the products on the website and enhance customer experience. What I've learned from my projects is that automating the wrong things first is common. Teams optimize processes that save time but don't move revenue. I focus on the 20% of automation opportunities that solve 80% of the business impact. The result, not just 2.5 hours saved weekly, but improved customer experience and better product discoverability. Their conversion rates improved because customers could actually find what they were looking for. Let me put this in business terms. That 2.5 hours weekly saved equals about $8,000 annually in labor costs. But the revenue impact from better product discoverability, that's where the real ROI lives. What I've observed working with clients is they often focus on time savings as the primary win. But I've learned that time savings without revenue impact is just efficiency for efficiency's sake. The automotive relationships checking that I mentioned earlier, that wasn't just about data quality. Those 1,200 products that couldn't sell online represent real revenue opportunity that was locked away by bad data. In my experience working with businesses, there are typically 5 to 10 of these opportunities in any company. They just need someone who knows how to find them and prioritize them correctly. So here's what I want you to think about. If you're running a business that deals with data, and honestly that's every business today, you probably have automation opportunities you haven't identified yet. The question isn't whether they exist. The question is, are you finding them before your competitors do? I put together a simple business automation opportunity assessment. It takes 5 minutes and it will help you identify where you might be leaving money on the table. If you're serious about optimizing your operations, if you're tired of watching your team burn time on repetitive tasks, or if you suspect your data workflows are costing you more than they should, take the assessment. The link is in the description. And if you want to discuss what opportunities might exist in your specific business, I offer a free 15-minute optimization call to qualified businesses. I'm not here to sell you software or templates. I'm here to help you see the revenue opportunities hiding in your operational inefficiencies.